I didn't, you never know in game fours that are 3-love, especially when the visiting team is 3-love. You don't know if they're going to mail it in and go back and play a game 5 for a little coronation. If the other team has got any life in it. Uh, Obviously, the Knicks with OG hurt, you knew he wasn't going to see the court. He wouldn't have seen the court in this series again until maybe a game 7, which was never going to happen. But this game was just a continued obliteration by the Knicks as they continue to just manhandle the Sixers. And I drew a line under the game at game over at 8:26 in the second quarter. 59-32, 59 points in 15 minutes, 14-19 from 3, which is utterly ridiculous. 1 turnover. The Sixers had made 2 threes. McBride was 5 for 5 for 15 points, starting in OG's stead. Brunson was 11 points, 3 for 4 from 3. Towns already had 8 assists. He has had 6 or more assists in, I believe, 8 straight games. 8 points, 2 for 2 from 3, and 8 assists. Hart had 8 points. Shaman already had 9 points, 3 for 5 from 3. 14 of 19 from 3. 59 points in 15 minutes. The game was completely over. And in the huddle, Nurse said to the Sixers, play harder. Play harder. Try to play harder. When he's appealing to his team to play harder. The Knicks have, since the early disasters against Atlanta, the Knicks have gone on a run, the likes of which they have never exemplified before as a team. They have started to make complete believers out of the NBA that not only will they make the finals, but that they can win the finals. Now, am I a complete believer in that yet? No, I'm not. I don't think anybody's beating OKC. But again, I will have to say this. OKC is going to have to bring their game. They're not going to be able to fool around like they can against the Lakers. The Knicks are playing at such a confident pitch now, not just on offense, but they are playing superbly on defense. They are attacking. They are harassing. They are playing with a spirit and a continuity that you're even seeing stuff out of Towns that you haven't seen before. You've got a rejuvenated Bridges on both ends of the floor. Guys off the bench know they have purpose, and they bring energy, and they bring daring, and they bring an attack mode to the game. Now, the Knicks are going to get some time off here. There's no question about it. I think that series, I think Cleveland, which, like I said, you can never figure Cleveland. Yesterday's game is a perfect example. I thought Cleveland would win. And I watched them blow lead after lead after lead for no good reason. And then make the plays. Obviously, the 2 guards made the plays at the end of the game that they had to make. But it should not have been that difficult. And everything for them is pulling teeth. They seem to have no desire. They have talent. No one can dispute their talent. And I've always detested Harden. I like their coach a lot. I've known him, like I said, since he was a high school player, and a very good one. But they're very hard to figure. Now, I think they're going to tie this series up, and I think the series is going to go 7. I think Detroit's going to want the series more, and they have the best player on the floor in Cunningham, who is a really rugged, tough player. And you keep waiting for Tobias Harris to become Tobias Harris again, but he hasn't, and he has played terrific basketball. and has assumed that secondary role on that team game after game after game, delivering 20 points every single night. But the Knicks are going to get some time off. OJ is going to get a chance to heal. We still don't know the status of what that hamstring really is, and they're not going to tell us. Let's all figure he'll be back whenever the Eastern Conference Finals. I know that sounds very good. You can say it again. Eastern Conference Finals begins. Knicks are most likely going to get a week off here. I think that series, Cleveland's going to win again. I think they'll win. I think the series will probably go 7 games. So the Knicks are going to get some time off, and they deserve to be favored. Home court, no home court. They deserve to be favored against either team in the finals. If you look right now at the latest odds to win the championship, the OKC is minus 200 to win the championship. San Antonio's 4 to 1 to win it, and the Knicks are 6.5 to 1 to win it. They're giving the Knicks a realistic chance to win the championship. Like I said, anyone who takes OKC lightly is just not paying attention to what they are. You don't even know where their bottom is because they rarely have to go there. Rarely do they ever get seriously tested to where when a basketball team, when a championship, and this is a legitimate not only is it a championship team, it's probably a dynasty. Probably will be before it's finished, the dynasty. And it's an odd one, I admit. But it's one where if you look at the pieces, you can see why it works. But you don't even see them have to reach down. There are times where every team, no matter how good it is, has to reach down. I don't know where that is for them yet. Can San Antonio push them to that? We'll see. I think San Antonio is going to win this series. Obviously, we know the Lakers series is just a question of when. If it's and most likely we know when one more game will be when. We know what's waiting at the final, but the first step is this. This is an enormous step for the Knicks. The expectations have now reached a crazy, crazy pitch, and they will as this next round unfolds. This town's going to go crazy over this next round. This round turned out to be exceedingly easy. They have been a different team since the turning point against Atlanta. A very different team. And I think anything short of a trip to the finals will be not only an utter and bitter disappointment, it would now be catastrophic, but I just don't see it happening. They're better than both those teams. Detroit is seriously flawed. It cannot score. Cleveland is just hard to figure out and just don't come to play. And if they bring that lack of intensity, the Knicks will drive them right out of the building. I think it will be Knicks Detroit